Good morning. It's a great day. What about it? What are you going to do with this day? It's the start of a new week, new opportunities, new possibilities. Good morning. It's hard to tell what's going on with this thing. It says it's live and then it doesn't show me the clock. So if I repeat myself, it's trying to get along with this Facebook video. So what are you going to do this week? What's the week going to look like for you? Are you going to make it a great one? Are you going to do something spectacular this week? Just imagine there was a week one time where somebody did something spectacular, outrageous, or if you're the one that did it, you said it was very good. It was a very good week. That's that's the sense of humor that I think our God has. He has a great sense of humor, and I just want to show you something funny about him because there's things like the aardvark, the giraffe, the zebra, things that are funny. They are just him showing off being that he's a funny guy and he has a sense of humor. Look at Genesis 1:31 real quick. It says this it says God saw all that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And then there was evening and there was morning, the sixth day. God saw all this thing that he did. He did the aardvark, the giraffe, the zebra, all these things, and he said, that's very good. Then he goes into chapter 2 and he says, thus the heavens and the earth were completed and all their hosts. By the seventh day, God completed his work which he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and set it apart uh, because in it he rested from all his work from which he had created and made. It's just a funny idea. Um, that God did all this. Like we'll drive across the country to go see the Grand Canyon, right? Like, and just be in awe. And he's like, that's very good. Oh, that's good. And so, but he rested. Think about that. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Like, what does it even mean to be God and create all this majesty that we get to see, like a thunderstorm or a raging river or the oceans that just have a rhythm that come in and out. And he did all that. And he's like, yeah, that's very good. What else might he do that he say, that's unbelievable? That's the God that loves you, the God that has you in his hand and he cares deeply about you. And so he gave us an example of rest. And I think part of that rest comes from looking back and go, yeah, that was good. That was good. That was all right. But he also when he created man, he called us living souls. The word, and if you look in Genesis there, it says living beings, or it means souls. And then if we consider what Jesus said in Matthew 11:28, he said, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Have you found that to be true? Have you found your life to have just a restful kind of sense about it, one that's just not overly burdensome? That's what God desires for us. And he says that through the author of Hebrews in Hebrews chapter 4, verse 9. He says this. He said, for there remains a Sabbath rest for the people of God, and that's you. There's a Sabbath rest. There's this seventh day rest out there. And for the one who has entered his rest has himself also rested from his works as God did from his. What does that look like, really? That's the question I want to throw out to you this day. What does resting in God look like? And I think we've kind of touched over it over the last few weeks, is that realizing that we're a three-part being: body, soul, and spirit. And I think the unrest comes through this physical form that we have called a body. And this body, it just is not at ease because it isn't completed like our soul and spirit is. And so our body is going to want to do all this work instead of trusting that there's another way to get it done, and resting in Christ and knowing that it's Christ in you, the hope of glory. It's Christ who works in and through you. So, whatever work you got going on this week, take a breath, breathe, rest, and talk to him about that. Maybe he can give you clarity on how to get the things done that you sense you need to get done. Maybe he'll give you clarity not to do things that you thought you had to do. Trust him this week and see if you can't enter his rest this week, because he rested from all of his creation. And that's a big deal. He wants you to rest as well. God bless you today.